Sailors passing on the street, are you ready for peace? Ships are filling up fast, are you ready for ease? Forget bad memories and leave those hurting knees behind. Birds are filling up the sky, are you willing to try? Right. Sing along as they hum and be fulfilled. Many more will come, many more under the sun. Pack your finest suit. We will keep it steady, we will be the confetti. If we fail, we just reboot. Grass is greener on this side, are you ready for new? New beginnings, new pride, let your spirit shine through. Many more will come, oh, many more under the sun. Pack your finest suit, and we will keep it steady, we will be the confetti. And if we fail, we just reboot. Nothing can hold us back. Oh, nothing can take us down. We stand joined. Many more will come, oh, many more under the sun. Pack your finest suit. We will keep it steady, we will be the confetti. And if we fail, we just reboot. We just reboot.
Lola, come here. Come on. Come on, Lola. Let's go say.
Hey guys, welcome back to Camper Vibes. If you saw our video last week, you saw we had quite the nightmare down on Crystal Beach. Luckily, we were able to salvage our week down in the Galveston area and had quite a bit of fun, what you just saw. But over the last week, we've been thinking to give you five tips on boondocking from some RV newbies.
Well, we hope that these 5 tips help you guys out if you are planning on beach boondocking yourselves, or if you just plan on doing any type of boondocking, but mostly beach boondocking. So stay tuned for those 5 tips.
So we wanted to give you a little backstory on what happened down on Crystal Beach. We have read numerous blogs and numerous boondocking sites about Crystal Beach and how great it was. The warning from everyone on those was to check the tides, which we did. The tide was scheduled to be high tide around midnight, I think it was, or a little after midnight, and it said 1.8 feet. So when we arrived down on Crystal Beach, it was just after low tide. So we were going from where the high water mark had appeared to be from the night before. And we went 1.8 feet higher than that. And it finds out our calculations of the 1.8 feet, my calculations, Dad was wrong. Totally wrong.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I know you don't, because you didn't really bother looking at that kind of stuff.
Where we were parked was perfect. We were on hard sand and everything, that, you know, but I think once we moved, my husband drove up into the dunes, and that's when we got stuck.
Dry sand,
Yeah.
sink down, stuck.
But later that night we did go back, and where we were originally parked, it was, you know, the water was up there, so I don't know.
So I suggest if you're in a smaller rig or tent, boondocking on Crystal Beach, absolutely awesome. The beach itself, as you saw at the videos at the beginning, absolutely awesome. We enjoyed our time there. If you're in a bigger rig, nope, I'd head down to like the Padre Islands, Mustang Island down there, the southern part of Texas. That's where we were originally going to go, but we ended up going up to Crystal Beach here, thanks to
Yes, we did.
So, tip 1, always come with an extra sucker for Madison. Because if you don't have an extra sucker and it drops in the sand, the world is going to end. Extra sucker.
Okay, that would make it 6 tips then, honey.
Oh,
But that's okay, it's a good tip. Keep kids happy.
Wow, just disrespect my sucker like that? Throw it on the ground?
Okay guys, well here are 5 tips for beach boondocking.
tip number 1 is don't believe everything you read. We read blogs, we read websites, we checked into everything we possibly could, and we thought we had a good idea about beach boondocking on Crystal Beach. It was not what we read. It was not exactly what we expected. The beach was great, but the boondocking portion of getting close to the dunes is almost impossible on 3/4 of that beach. We drove up and down the beach through our week there, and there's not a lot of dry areas. There's a lot of washouts. There's a lot of places that would be difficult to get our fifth wheel over. So there's just, for big rigs, it's not a lot of beach boondocking friendly. But that also leads to our second tip, which is
Do your research, which we did, and it didn't help us, but do as much research as possible. Maybe even scout the area. Go, maybe we should have stayed at the campground for one day and then checked out the beach that night and see what the tides are doing. But we chose not to.
Yeah, tides are different in each area. We've gone to Florida many times, you know, Sanibel Island, Fort Myers area, and we know the tides down there and how high and low they get. But I tell you what, I don't know if it's time of year or what, but it was way different than what we were used to, even in the Gulf on the Florida side. So yes, definitely scout out. Our third tip is something we did, and I'm glad we did it, was we had a backup plan. We had a spot held for us at a campground just down the road. So once we were able to get off the beach, we went to that campground, which was a mile or so away from where we were, unhooked, and we all got cleaned up because we were sand head to toe. So it was really nice having a place to go.
Once we were done, we didn't have to sit and scurry and find a place that could take us.
And being that we were new and, you know, late at night and we didn't know exactly how, that's kind of why we decided to have this backup plan just in case.
Yeah. The lady even came out, that the campground that we stayed at, she came out and checked it out for us and said she thought we would be fine too. She's a local in the area, but she apologized like so many times and felt so bad because she thought, you know, we were trapped out there. But
and they never know, because, you know, with the wind from that night, there was rain.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know exactly how high that tide was going to go. So if you get into those little dry spots where we got stuck, you're fine. But in a heavy rig like ours, you can't get out.
Right. So our next tip is to bring the right tools. We went knowing that we didn't have any of the proper tools to maybe, you know, get us out if being in that predicament. We knew that we didn't have any, we didn't have a shovel, we didn't have any type of winch or anything to help us get us, you know, removed from that situation.
We knew that, I knew shortly after, well, maybe not shortly after, but about 45 minutes after of us trying, that we were going to be dependent on a tow truck.
Yeah.
I had said, let's call a tow truck after about 45 minutes. We ended up waiting for about an hour and a half and trying some other stuff.
Yeah.
But without those tools, it's, you know, it's like going hiking. You know, you need to be prepared for your hike. You need to be prepared for where you're boondocking. You need to be prepared for all that, and we went unprepared.
Yeah. Why did we do that?
I don't know. I think it was overconfidence, but you know, you live and learn, and
yep.
We won't do that again.
No. The last tip that we have, number 5,
is don't, and this is from Maddie, so I'm going to read it. It says, don't argue because it doesn't get you anywhere. As you could tell, tempers were a little high, frustration was a little high, somebody was a little crabby. That's me. What did I mean?
I don't blame you. I don't blame it. We weren't really crabby or fighting at each other. We were just shouting really loud, which we normally do in our relationship. But do you think we got into a lot of fights, Maddie?
Yep. Actually, I'm surprised that you guys didn't argue more than you did.
You're surprised we didn't argue more than we did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it was a stressful situation. Nobody wants to be put in that. I was worried about the water coming up and taking our home away. Mm-hmm. But there's no, I mean, we were frustrated at each other, but don't, you know, take a step back, take a moment, collect your thoughts, work together as a team, because working as a team, you know, if you have the tools and everything that you need, you might get yourself out. But me working by myself, her working by herself, trying to do two different things.
So overall, our experience was, besides that moment, it was a lot of fun. We enjoyed, you know, being right on the beach. The kids were able to swim. Lola, you know, run in and out.
Even the Crystal Beach Boulevard Peninsula area was Galveston. Amazing. We've never been. We're happy that it wasn't their busy time of year, but the weather was like mid-70s. Just gorgeous most of the time. I think we had a couple rainy days.
Yeah.
But taking the ferry, free boat ride.
I was all about the ferry.
Yeah. The pier, as you can see, I mean, in all these videos that we showed you at the beginning, just awesome time. So we're happy we went. We're happy we had the experience we did, even though it was an expensive week, but we learned along the way. So all right, hopefully these 5 tips will help you out, or at least make you think and help you succeed at your boondocking experience. We know that they're going to help us out in the future. If you do have any places that you'd like us to see, or any places that we can beach boondock in a fifth wheel that you've experienced, please let us know in the comments down below.
Well, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down. Subscribe so you never miss another video from us. See you next time.
But we're here to give you about 5 tips on...
5.
We're here to give you 5, in case you need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're here
Wait,
to
I need my hat. I can't live without my hat. It's hot in here. Is it open? Oh. We need some airflow.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you saw our last week's video, you saw that...
Hey, welcome back to Camper Vibes.
Hey!
You guys are watching Camper Vibes. Sorry.
Down in Lake Boulevard.
What are you laughing at? What? Well, we hope that these 5 tips
Redo that.
So stay tuned till the end of the video for those 5 tips.
Well, you don't have to say that because we're gonna go into it in about 30 seconds.
So stay tuned. Are you gonna say it or me?
I will.
I will. You always talk.
Okay.
You talk first. So stay tuned till the end of the video for those 5 tips.
Not the end of the video, because it's gonna be 30 seconds away.
So stay tuned for those 5 tips. Wait, be safe by reading most of the blogs that we've.
Correct, that's what I just said. That we did a lot of research on those blogs.
No, you didn't. Did you hear Dad say that?
So,
Sorry.
So without giving one of our...
Okay, so here's our 5 tips, guys. Tip number 1.
It looks like one of your heads.
Check into a parking or RV parking area for one day, or RV campground. What we should have done was check into an RV campground the night, you know, maybe for one day, and then go scope out the beach for, you know, the evening. Did I say that right?
Scoop out the beach. We had to scoop out the tires. Thing until I say which leads us to. So hopefully these 5 tips make you think twice about whatever you're doing. No, I don't like that. Hopefully these 5 tips help you out some way. They are going to help us out in the future. So yeah, make sure you guys subscribe.
No.
We have added our email address down in the description below. So if you guys have any places that you want us to check out or have any ideas on where
to say email?
Because you told me to put the email in.
That's for
My
business
comments.
inquiries.
Oh,
The comments below, just
Oh.
regular comments.
okay.
Please do not like or comment or subscribe. Thank you.
Please do not like our video. Please do not comment on our video, and please don't subscribe.
Her Madison.
Because she thinks our videos are dumb.
I did not say dumb.
Yes, you did.
No, I said
You-
boring.
Well, still. Well, that's all we have for you today, guys. See you in the next video.